Quest: A New Age. This is a game that I've designed. My name is David Lindsay. The way that this works and the concept of the game is essentially Dungeons and Dragons in a card form. Things that you need in this game are you need a 20-sided dice, D6s to be able to keep track of life. You need your 5 party members. And you need your dungeon that you're going through. The dungeon consists of the quest. The quest in this first one is called Goblin Kingdom, and you're trying to fight the Goblin King. In the quest deck there are terrain cards, monster cards, equipment, effects, and events that can all happen. The party members, there's 5 party members, and there's 5 different classes of party members, which include a protection class, a death class, a nature class, a magic class, and a life class. And each class has to be represented in the party. There's abilities, there are upgrades, and there's 4 values that need to be learned. Accuracy is your base accuracy, of which you will add a d20 when used to attack. There is armor. Armor is the hero or monster's base defense against attacks. Life is the hero or monster's base damage that they can take before dying, and damage is the hero or monster's base damage they can inflict against another. There are upgrades. Each hero has 5 different levels to them. As you go through the dungeon and you gain experience, you can use that experience to upgrade your characters. And as you upgrade, they get stronger, they get better at hitting things. The problem with that is that the more times your heroes upgrade, the dungeon becomes harder. Each hero has different abilities, and those abilities are on each individual card. You can play 2-player where one person controls the dungeon and one person controls the party members. And you can play up to 6 players where one person controls the dungeon and 5 players control one of each of the characters. Characters have some are melee and some are ranged. So there's a front and a back rank. Both for the party members, there's a front rank, there's a back rank, and the dungeon will have a front rank and a back rank, which as they come out, you need to know if they're ranged, and which it says on their cards, and you put them in their appropriate places. Melee characters cannot fight against ranged characters unless all other melee characters are gone in front of them. When you're rolling a dice, a roll of a 20 is a critical, which does double damage, and a roll of a 1 is an epic fail, which always misses no matter what. All experience that you gain, which comes from terrain and walking through the dungeon and killing creatures, goes into a collective community pool, and you can use that pool however you choose. The first thing we're doing is turn over the appropriate amount of cards. The next thing that happens is there is effects. Effects would be like an ambush or something to that effect where it happens right away. And then the heroes get their turn. When it's the hero's turn, they get 1 action each. They have 1 action per turn, which they can use to do one of 4 things. They can attack, and when they attack, they have to roll the dice to see if they hit. They can heal. Healing doesn't take a dice roll. It just happens automatically. They can pick up an item, or they can attempt to disarm a trap. The other thing that they can do is they can hold their action until a later time. So the heroes all get 1 action, and then if there's any surviving creatures in the dungeon, they get an action to do what they can. And then the heroes get their second turn, so if they held their action, they can do it at that time. After the heroes, we have the events where traps would go off, things like that. And then we have an end of turn. Things at end of turn would be regenerating and different auras that have end of turn effects. And then the last phase is the upgrade phase. At this time you can upgrade your characters with the appropriate amount of experience. When a hero upgrades, they gain all their health back, and along with their better stats.